Hi everyone, my name is XK, and in this video, I'm gonna discuss a very serious topic. It's a real serious topic because it's in the country that I live in, and I think that it's very important for us to have fair dialogue with each other. And with that being said, Charlie Kirk was shot and killed at a college event in Utah yesterday. Reports say during his discussion midway on gun violence, he was immediately shot at with a single bullet into the neck, where he was hit, and he was rushed to Ten Barnegas Regional Hospital in Orem, Utah, and within a few hours he was declared dead. It was reported on Truth Social, and that name's a joke. It was on Truth Social where President Trump announced it. I personally never liked Charlie Kirk. I honestly think that he's no different than a lot of these media trolls that live off of insults, rage baiting, and typical stubborn drama queen mentality that will talk to you and trying to insult your intelligence in a hurtful way to make you feel stupid. That was his whole shtick, was to say that I'm smarter than you and you don't know anything, with college students. I never understood that approach. But I don't think something like that needs to be in politics, especially if you want to be taken seriously and be in a position to work with government officials like a senator or a mayor or president of the United States, which he actually had real connections with, ties with the president of the United States. He had that. They were real close. They were real close to each other. And for someone who doesn't have a position in government, I find that kind of weird. I personally have a problem with that, because politics is something that should be taken very serious, and we should not allow someone who trolls people, college students on the internet, to have that much influence on a free world president. Like, that's insane. There's a reason why in history we've never done things like that, because we know that it's not the best way to handle these type of situations. It's like inviting a sideshow clown to come in and work at a hospital. Like, that's something you don't do. He's someone that has an opinion. Whether it's right or wrong is up to the people to decide whether it's right or wrong, do our judgments and our moral dignity to decide whether it's right or wrong. Like, you're a United States president. You should know better than that. You shouldn't need someone to influence you, to speak out for you. If it's the right thing, people will follow it. You shouldn't have to go to great lengths to use someone to speak for you and in such a disrespectful way, without the respect and without the care of other people's feelings in real life situations. This is why you don't have children talk in an adult conversation, because children do not know how to talk as an adult. And an adult would understand that using certain languages will have a huge impact on whether or not solutions will be solved in a peaceful or in a non-peaceful way. He was a media troll, and because of that, he shouldn't be allowed in that kind of position to be that close to the United States president. Like, what are we talking about? That's literally common sense. You shouldn't need someone to influence you outside of the government as a voice for you, which is exactly what the president is doing, is using someone that the Constitution and the government wouldn't allow to speak for him, because it's showing itself now that it's just immoral talk. And you should never talk the way that Charlie Kirk talks, because many lives are affected by all the issues that he's talking about. And it shouldn't be allowed to where a troll could have one side opinion of the table in his opinion, and when another side has a different opinion, he's gonna make you be called foolish or stupid or a soy boy. You know, that's just child talk. That's not good. You know, because these are things that are affecting real life people, and it showed that he obviously didn't have no regard for any of that, and instead he went to the opposite base in a child way in an adult conversation. Personally, when it comes to free speech, I believe in it, obviously, but I think free speech also comes with a price, just like everything else. Like, you can't have free speech and expect the other side not to respond, whether it's violent or non-violent, because that just shows arrogance. That just shows that you assume that if I say this, that this is going to happen, and that's not going to happen. That's someone that's arrogant, that thinks that things are just going to go your way in every situation, and it's not true. That's not realistic. That's not reality. Unfortunately, that's just not reality. And if you continue to think like that, I think you're gonna find yourself in a lot of losing battles. And unfortunately, I don't think that people realize that there's consequences in free speech. Cause and effect. To every cause, there's an effect. And when there's too much said, any words being abused and insults being abused over and over and over again, mentally, it drains on you. And it can also affect your personal life, from people treating you badly because of those words that's being used against you. Eventually, those words turn into action. And I think that's what ultimately happened to Charlie Kirk. Choose your words, or what they like to say, watch your words. It's a powerful quote, because words do have power, because we are human beings, and words do affect us, whether they want to believe it or not. It's already been proven. Preaching insults or disrespectful rhetoric is always going to catch up with you. We learned this decades ago, before I was even born, from poets, from intellectual people, that you do not constantly insult people. And they're telling you, stop insulting me. Stop insulting me. I want to live in peace. I want to be left alone. Just like you want to live your life, I want to live my life. And when someone constantly puts a target on your back, eventually it can cause mental damage, because we're human beings with emotions and feelings, whether we want to admit that or not. Even the whole rhetoric that men are not supposed to be emotional, men are supposed to be strong, men are supposed to be stronger than women, is not reality. We're human. We have emotions. We do cry and we feel pain. And we need leaders that understand that and move away from insulting people because of what they believe in. And this is the cause and effect when we have people insulting people, calling them this type of name, and just attacking them as a group, not even individual people. You're attacking groups of people and labeling them as criminals or this and that. Eventually, a person in that group is going to snap. That's reality. That's reality. We've learned this in society many points in history, that words have power. And you can't change the truth into a different reality because it doesn't fit your agenda. The world's not going to run properly that way. Unfortunately. Well, now I'm not saying violence, because what happened to him was really messed up. It should never go that route where a human being is killed in that manner. For any human being to be killed, to go out like that. And I think people take lives for granted. I think people take their own lives for granted. I mean, literally, his own quote is kind of ironic because his own quote, he stated, "Is it worth to have? It's worth to have cost of, unfortunately, some gun deaths every single year, so that we can have the Second Amendment to protect our God-given rights." He said this during April 5th, 2023 appearance at a Salt Lake City campus of Awakened Church. I'm going to read that again. It's worth it to have a cost, unfortunately, some gun deaths every single year, so that we can have the Second Amendment to protect our God-given right. He basically said that he's okay with deaths from gun violence because it protects our God-given right. Like, that's an extreme belief. That's extreme to say, oh, those lives don't matter because it protects a constitutional right. Now, my question is, does he believe that now? You know what I'm saying? Do these people believe that when it's with their own lives? Because if you don't believe that it's with your own lives, then you shouldn't say things like that, because it contradicts everything that you believe and stand for. It makes you a hypocrite. Unfortunately, it makes you a hypocrite because you value your own life, but you don't value others. That's including the military. Like, that's, he didn't say it in a logical way, in an understanding way. He just said he didn't care. So should we care? Shouldn't we honor him by his own words? I mean, we honor people by their own words, by what they say, by their quotes, especially the controversial ones. I mean, he literally preached that empathy was being soft. Like, having empathy for people is being soft. And I know that he insulted in his podcast, I think a day before that, he made an insult on a dead man. So that's how you believe society should run, is insulting people? I don't think that anyone with that mind is, without any true understanding, is fit to lead a country, because it's just going to cause we already have enough violence as it is, individual violence between people that's killing each other over money, over girls, over food. We already have enough violence. We don't need another statistic in the world through our government. I'd like to ask a question: why is the Second Amendment so important to administration that ignores the rest of the Constitution? This is literally what a bigotry administration is, and we have to call it out for what it is, because it's not going to end well if we live in a society like that. So we need to stop, and we need to wake up, because just like anyone talks peaceful, someone peaceful can be tired of being attacked, and then it'll just all go and flip from there. When we all can be tired, and it needs to change. So I'm just gonna leave it at that, and everyone just stay aware of your surroundings. Don't let the people make you believe things that in your heart you know is wrong. Don't let the devil control you. So with that being said, all my friends, take care of yourself and stay conscious. Peace.